What's up, everybody? This is Ty. Most of my friends know me by another name, but I want to share my testimony with you today because it's very important that you know what the Most High has done in our lives recently. And so, first off, I want to go to 1 Thessalonians 5:21. And it says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. And this very simple, easy precept has become one of the golden standards in our life. My question is this: who called us to the Philippines? Was it man? Was it a pastor? Was it, a movie? It was none of those things. It was Yah. It was the Most High. Did anyone in the Philippines call us to come to the Philippines? No. I said to the Most High, me and my wife said to the Most High when we were there, here I am, send me. We even made a separate video promoting our organization, and we said the same thing there, and it hasn't changed. The Most High told us to feed their spirit and feed their stomach. And so that's what our heart's desire was to do, and it still is. I wanted to know for certain why the Most High wanted me to go to the Philippines, because I was like, Father, there's a lot of people there that love you. Why do you need me to come from US? And so I went there for 2 weeks, and I prayed and I fasted, and I was in my mother-in-law's room, one of the rooms of her house. I was in there and I just prayed and I fasted for about 2 weeks, and I heard nothing. And by the end of that 2 weeks, the Most High was like, I'm going to show you why. And he gave me a couple of dreams, but in those dreams, he really confirmed that we were supposed to be in the Philippines. So I went to one of the pastors there, and the pastor, I asked him, I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he said, 3 very important things to me. That pastor said, eat the food, drink the water, and most importantly, he said he was praying too to know why I was sent to the Philippines. And he also told me that the Most High never revealed to him why I was supposed to be there, even though he prayed and prayed and prayed. And he just told me, the Most High will reveal it to you in time. And he was right. The Most High did. At the end of that 2 weeks, I went back to US. So my wife and I, even though I personally was making over 2 million pesos a year, not including my wife's income, and even though we had established many relationships, even though we could map out the rest of our life if we really wanted to, we said to Yah, here I am, send me. And then we left. It took us about 10 years, but we left. No one in the Philippines knew us, and no one in the Philippines asked us to come there. It was Yah that told us to go, so our loyalty remained and still remains with Yah, not with a man. Then about 2 years ago, my wife and I were in the Philippines, and the Most High told us to go back to US. And he gave us clear instruction. He wanted us to guide our children for a season again. And he wanted us to be a guide to 2 families, the Johnson and Davison family and the Enciso family. And then he told me he wanted me to go back to school. And I literally told some of the pastors in the Philippines, I was like, the Most High told me to go back to school. I don't know what it is, but I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. He'll reveal it to me. And we arrived in US, and one of the leaders of the Enciso family picked us up from the airport and confirmed everything that Yah told us and commanded us to do. And so I knew about, we knew that we were supposed to guide these families. We knew we were supposed to guide our children, but I was like, well, then what about school? The only thing that's left is school. And I was searching and praying for what school I was supposed to go to. And through a series of events, I found out beyond a shadow of a doubt that the school was Hebrew schooling. I started searching for schools while I was praying. And then the Most High was like, no, I don't want you to go to a Hebrew school. I'm going to school you. I'm going to start teaching you what Hebrew is and what it means to live Hebraically. And these things he was telling me they were all new. So we did our best. Me and my wife started learning Hebrew. And several months went by and I got sick and was most likely I was probably going to die from the sickness. And when I was at my weakest point, per se, if you're medical watching this, if you're in the medical field watching this, my oxygen levels were steadily like below 86. And the Most High revealed to me how lost and cold and many other things that I have done and done to other people ignorantly. But either way, in that moment, Yah began to also open my understanding of Scripture. And he removed the walls of confusion and indoctrination attached to this world and attached to his word. And I went through a time for some months after that bearing of the truth about me and Yah's word. And actually, I still bear it today, and I'm still going through being made free from that indoctrination, being made free from that worldly thinking. But after knowing the truth about myself, and the Most High commanded me to make it right with all the people in my life that I hurt and I potentially hurt. So I made it right with my daughter and my son first, and my wife. And then I made it right with my brother, my sister, and my mother. And then I made it right with the Enciso family at their house. And I was completely transparent before everyone that was there. I was in tears. I was crying before all of them as I was making it right. And then I made it right with the Davison family. Then I began to make it right with other family and friends and associates. I made it right with Yah first, and I listened to him and obeyed the instructions that he gave me. And it made me start living right according to the word and living right according to what the Most High told me. This change of character literally put me on the path that many never find. It was not just a path of righteousness, but a path of holiness. I will not change it for anything because I found the pearl of great price. I found that treasure hidden in a field. Since then, the Most High has brought like-minded people into my life that I consider not just friends, but my forever family. We iron sharpen iron, as the word says. I am now at a place where I live by the golden rule, which I said in the beginning. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So I don't just prove the scripture, I live what I have proven. And sometimes it hurt, but I'm holding on to what is good, what the Most High said. I'm holding on to his word. It is not a memory verse, but my way of life now. It is one of the sole reasons why I know I am a part of Yah's kingdom and a bondservant in that kingdom, as well as an heir of the kingdom. This is not the sole reason, but one of the sole reasons. There were two more scriptures that helped me see the truth about Yah and the lies that I was brought up to believe. These things I'm going to share at another time, but for right now, I want to focus on what the Most High showed me in how I was wrong about so many things. He showed me that I was wrong about doctrine. I was wrong about heaven and hell. I was wrong about how to raise my children. I was wrong about Christianity. I was wrong about righteousness, holiness, and more importantly, grace. Yah opened my eyes to see that many subjects learned in school and in church and in theology schools and everyday life were all a result of the doctrines and philosophies of man and this world. Matthew 15:9 says, "But in vain they do worship me, teaching of doctrines the commandments of men." Mark 7:7 says, "Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men." He showed me that I need to beware of the most important tactic of the enemy, which is deception, and that it is tied to the wisdom of this world. Matthew 24:4, "And Yahusha answered and said to them," who the world says is Jesus, "Take heed that no man deceive you." And everything from school to church could be weighed against 1 Thessalonians 5:21. And I realized being wrong is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to be wrong. The fact that you're wrong is the Most High showing you you're not lost. You can find the truth. The reason that you can see that you're wrong is because the truth is now available to you to receive. 2 Corinthians 6:17. It says, "Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you." And see, that's what it came down to. I wanted to be received by the Most High. I and my family have been received by Yah, and because of this, I welcome and celebrate being wrong, just as long as it can be proven by Scripture and not by anything else, according to 1 Thessalonians 5:21. I will let go of anything and everything that is not good and cling to everything that is good, because this is mine and my family's way of life forever now. Matthew 7:21-23 says, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." That means we have to do something, and it is not unmerited. John 14:21, Mashiach is talking because it's in red. He said, "He that hath my commandments and keepeth them." That's basically saying, and do them. It is not saying he that doesn't do them, or he that doesn't do anything and just relies on unmerited. It says, "He is it that loveth me, and he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and will manifest myself to him." Me and my house, we said, "Here I am, send me." And as for me and my house, we are going to serve the Most High. Tune into the next video, and I'll share some more. I might not be here, but wherever I am, I'll share some more. So I love you all. Hopefully what I said made sense. Hopefully it didn't push you away. It invoked thought. And I pray that you search out what I'm saying to see if it's true, so that you can prove it and then hold fast that which is good.